Hello and welcome to this very first episode of ILSC Talks. I'm Juan, and today we are going to dive into one of the most exciting programs at ILSC, the 2025 Junior Camps. These summer experiences are full of language learning, fun activities, and unforgettable adventures for teens from all over the world. Today with me is Vanessa, our National Director of Junior Camps, to share what makes this program special and how to get one of the last spots for this year summer camp. So, hello Vanessa, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Great, the best topic to start this new podcast.
And I'm very excited to be the first one on this podcast, so thank you so much for having me.
That's great. So let's be comfortable and then let's start with something general about this. What's the ILSC Junior Camps and where is it located? What's the length? What the people can expect, parents and kids?
So the ILSC Junior program is a short-term program where students can choose a location from Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. So what it is students come to Canada, ages 13 to 17, to take language lessons, English or French, depending on what city you choose, but also to participate in cultural activities around our cities where you get to learn about Canadian culture, and you also get to make lifelong friendships.
When you say like the locations, I wanted to make sure there's UBC, there's McGill, and there's homestay programs, right? So let's talk about what's the difference between each of them.
So we offer a junior camp homestay, and we also offer junior camp residence. So we offer homestay in all of our cities, so Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. However, if you're interested in joining a residence program, you could join our McGill Carrefour Sherbrooke residence, which is located in Montreal, or our UBC residence, which is located in Vancouver, where students stay at the residence. At UBC, students actually not only stay at the residence, they take their classes there as well. At McGill, students stay at McGill, but their courses are done at our Montreal campus because it's just across the street.
That's a great plus. Now, in terms of the uniqueness of this program, what would you say is the key of or why students or kids and parents should go with ILSC Junior Camps?
Well, ILSC has been offering a juniors program for over 10 years now. So I would say that we truly are experts in the field. We know what your children would benefit from. So not only are we offering them a high quality language course, we're also showing them the best that our cities have to offer. We really are giving them the best cultural experience. And also this year we're offering a Skills Plus in leadership. So I think that's what makes us unique in comparison to other schools.
What's the leadership Skills Plus part of the program? And does it run for the whole length of the program, or how does it?
It runs for a 3 weeks duration, and then after students will join our general language classes. But to speak a little bit more on the leadership course, it is a course where students can learn or improve their communication skills. They learn cultural awareness, they learn empathy, and these are the tools that build great leaders. And that's exactly what the course is about. It's about building our leaders for our future.
Interesting. And let's talk about safety, one of the topics that parents are more concerned about.
Yes.
So how are we guaranteeing, or ILSC, that the kids are always safe?
So in all of our locations, we have a security guard that's located at the front entrance of our schools, and they monitor the buildings throughout the day. Our students are never left alone. They're always chaperoned either by an activity leader or their teachers. Even when they're out on their activities, they're constantly being supervised. If students are staying at a residence, there is a security guard that is located at the front desk of the residence, so not anyone can go in and out. And also Canada is a very safe country, and the cities are very safe. And I know that parents worry about their children's safety, but we want to reassure you that your child's safety is our top priority.
That's great. Knowing now that the top priority is safety, let's go with the fun stuff. How does the typical day at a ILSC Junior Camp look like? What are the activities, like the classes at what time, like this, a bit about the schedule?
So this year, we want to make sure that we are filling our students' day not only with an educational experience, but something that's also a lot of fun, very culturally immersive. We want them to learn about their city. We want them to feel our Canadian culture. So we're going to fill it up with educational activities as well as a kind of like a tour guide kind of quality where they're also learning.
What, like, for example, Toronto, what are the main top activities there, for example?
So in Toronto, one of the popular activities is a Blue Jays baseball game. So that is something that we offer. And then in Vancouver, we have fun activities like the aquarium or Whistler. And then in Montreal, you could visit the Biodome or the Botanical Garden. And then we also have a Quebec City trip.
And for example, my kid doesn't like baseball because, like not all the kids will join one activity or the other.
Of course.
Do they have to?
Well, we encourage students to give things a chance, right? We want our students to participate in all activities. And you might think that you don't like something, but then once you get into it and then you meet friends, that might be your new favorite thing. And I think that's a great thing about the juniors program is that you might not be aware of Canadian culture, but this is also an opportunity where they will be immersed with other children of different nationalities, different cultures, so they're learning from each other. They're trying new things. And so maybe you didn't like baseball before, it might become your favorite sport afterwards.
Yeah, but what I meant is like, for example, I don't want to do the 6 weeks. Can I choose what week?
Well, I mean, if you want to register during particular weeks because you want a particular activity, I recommend that you go to our ILSC Juniors website where you can find all of our activity calendars for all of our cities. And if you see that there's a particular week with activities that you would like, then I would urge you to register during those weeks.
Okay. Now, when I select, let's say 3-4 weeks to run to go to the program, do I have to pay separately for each of the entries to the parks, to the museums, and everything, or that's included? What's included in the whole package?
So once you've paid the fee for our junior program, all is included. So that includes your language lessons, your material, all of your activities, your residence or homestay, as well as your T-shirt, because that's how we identify.
Okay, I know the kit for ILSC.
Yeah, exactly,
Junior
the
Camps.
whole ILSC kit.
Let's talk about the accommodation. What are the accommodation options?
So we do offer 2 types of accommodation. So if you choose our ILSC homestay program, then you'll stay with a Canadian family, which is a great opportunity actually to get more of that Canadian experience, live with a family, and it's also a great way to practice your English or French, depending on the city that you choose. But there's also an advantage to staying at a residence. Our residences are very beautiful, they're very picturesque, and they're also, it's kind of like what you see in the movies, right? Especially our UBC residence
UBC,
program.
that is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So I think that they both have their positives.
The students that are coming this year will meet different kids from around the world.
Yes.
What are the nationalities, the main nationalities that we will see?
So in fact, we have a pretty great nationality mix. We have students that come from all over. So to name a few, we have Mexican students, Brazilian students, we have Spanish students, Italian students, German, Korean, Japanese, Taiwanese. So we get students from all over the globe.
That's amazing. And are there any requirements for the kids when they come, like maybe age, language level? Do they have to have a certain language level?
So our program is open to students from 13 to 17 years old across Canada, except for our UBC program, which the age range is from 9 to 17 years old. So that's one thing. Is there a requirement? No, there is no language level requirement. So we will be testing all students' language levels on the first day that they arrive, and then we'll place them in their classes accordingly. There is an exception, though, to the leadership course where there is a requirement of an intermediate level.
And I guess there's kids that are, what's the youngest? 12?
So at UBC, it could be 9. And if it's a homestay or a program in any other city, 13.
Okay, and with these little kids that are very young, sometimes they might feel homesick, or why not the older ones also?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like homesick. How do you manage that?
Well, I think working in an international environment, we all know homesickness. I think we've all felt it. I felt it. My colleagues have felt it. Teachers have felt it. I think that we are equipped to support students because we can relate to them. But honestly, I think after a few days, the student becomes a lot more comfortable and they start to make new friends. Those very same students that were homesick, they're the ones that don't want to leave at the end of the program. But we're here to support when needed, for sure. To make sure they feel included.
Mm-hmm. And not shy, at the beginning you are super shy, but I guess at the end not that much. About the teachers. Mm-hmm. What's the approach that they have with the students?
So our teachers are very experienced working with youth, first of all, and they create a very engaging, very dynamic environment. So it's not a very traditional way of learning where the teacher's in front of the class and the students are sitting down. They're constantly moving, they're doing presentations, they're doing role play. So they're learning while doing, which I think is very important. And all of our teachers are Languages Canada accredited.
Yeah, I ask that because it's different, I guess, to teach adults than kids. Like kids, they learn faster.
That's right. They improve tremendously. Children are like sponges; they learn very, very quickly. So we do have students that will come with a level beginner, really level 0. And they will leave being able to introduce themselves, have a basic conversation. So even in that short period of time, they're improving greatly by the end, for sure.
And what happens at the end?
So at the end, every Monday, so of the 6 weeks that the program runs, every Monday we get new students, every Friday students are leaving. So every Friday we actually have a graduation ceremony for the students that are leaving. And so we do this, for example, in Montreal on Student Street, and we'll have music and we'll call each student one by one with their peers and share a certificate, and they'll shake hands with their teachers. And that graduation ceremony is always such a special thing to experience. And I've been here for a very long time, and every graduation when students need to leave, it's such an emotional experience as well. And they all hug each other and they start to cry.
And now they don't want to leave.
I start to cry. And nobody wants to leave. And it's such a wonderful, it's so wonderful to experience that, to see how in such a short time we've impacted their lives. And they leave with new friends. They've created lifelong friendships, and we got to experience that. Actually last year, something really special. One of our activity leaders, when he was young, he was actually a student who participated in our juniors program. And he came back and he was actually an activity leader for us. And I thought that was so special. Wow. that experience actually impacted him so much that he wanted to be a part of it as a leader as well.
Well, if he's watching, he must be proud to know this, like he did the whole cycle.
I'm sharing that story, but yeah.
That's great. Last, very important for agents, parents. I know there's a few spots available.
Yes.
And because we are like 2 months, 3 months ahead. So how the student can enroll?
Yes. So if you are interested to enroll and you're an agent and you'd like to enroll a student, I would recommend that you contact your local ILSC representative and you could register that way. And if you are a parent that wants to register your child, you can visit the ILSC Juniors website where we have all of our application forms for all of our cities.
Well, thank you very much, Vanessa, for your time today. If you're a parent watching, your kid will have the best time of their life. And last, Vanessa, just an invitation for those kids that are still thinking about it because maybe they're shy or no. So what would you say to them, like an invitation to
I would
come?
say please join us this summer. We promise that you will have one of the best experiences of your life. Not only where you will learn language, but you will learn about a new culture and you'll make great friendships. So we hope to see you this year.
Amazing. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.